football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Vikings and the Cowboys, and it comes your way next.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. From the 10. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to pass, first play is Prescott. And his first look is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be let out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And when you review his performance last week and the game in total, I think that he understands and his team understands they were fortunate to get out there with a victory because he was a little tentative out there and didn't throw a touchdown pass. And if I'm this defense that he's facing in this one, I'm going to bring some pressure early and see if they can get to him. Maybe he's gotten it out of his system, and now he can be a little bit looser and play more to his potential.
They start the drive, and right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
A throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Okay, ready?
On 1st and 10, Meadows. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First down, here's the run with Cook, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
To throw on 3rd down. Meadows, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. But following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
There's so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Prescott to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. To throw is Prescott. And it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Meadows. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Meadows. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Back to throw again. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott flushed out right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the red zone now, Prescott. They'll roll him out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Prescott. And that is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo.
This one from 46 yards out.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And out now come the Vikings.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one. Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. So 8 yards on the completion there, and now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try to protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Meadows. That's complete. It's Collins. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt.
It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action now, Prescott. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Prescott. Three yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Cook will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And that is what you call lowering the boom down near the goal line. He
was going to force his way in no matter what.
They always talk about low man wins when it comes to the offensive line, having the leverage to move the defenders. It's strong man wins when it comes to tackling in the red zone. And if you happen to be the low man and the strong man, that's a huge win.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And now out comes Minnesota. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of the quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Count! 27!
Now Prescott. Flush to his right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try to help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Prescott to the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A throw left side to start out, that's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Cowboys on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll throw again. Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing. Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Koo now for the point after.
And the lead is now 24. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They go play action here on first down. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. On third down, down. Meadows. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
This is brought in at the 21. 12 yards on the return that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And this is caught inside the 5. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the
touchdown. James Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Cowboys continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this 1st half.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
And now out comes Minnesota.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Meadows. It's caught on the right side at Smith.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his big catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down. Meadows.
Open man there is Collins, complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, Meadows setting up the screen for Cook. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play. Again, he'll drop to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult 1st half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Meadows. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to throw. Meadows.
This one left side caught by Collins.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll look to throw again. Buying time under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our
divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New York Giants matching up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they've definitely been able to exploit some at will in that first half. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these two teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Throwing on first down. Meadows over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Meadows. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Meadows. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. To throw on third down. Meadows. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man, complete. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Eligible receiver downfield.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Prescott to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Prescott. And that will be incomplete as well. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Just a 30-yard punt that time.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 1st and 10, Meadows. And this one complete to Smith.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Meadows. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook,
27 yards.
and the Vikings get a bit closer. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is down to 24. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Rolling to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Avoids him at the 40. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him. 14 carries.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
They run the option on 2nd down.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 9 yards that time.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
On 1st down, Meadows. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Second and 8 coming up.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw again.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's going to take another shot here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's Johnny Hecker now. as he's on to punt for Dallas. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2nd and 9 now. His throw incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on and they're ready for this next series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
To throw on 2nd down, Meadows. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Meadows. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. Touchdown, Vikings.
Irv Smith Jr., 54 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
They'll look to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was,
and he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by L0ne.
And the
the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gallop the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. First down, Prescott. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Cowboys are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Coup for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Throwing on first down. Meadows. It's caught. Smith. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. Back to throw. Meadows. Setting up the screen for Cook. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Working with a 2nd and 4. Cook up the gut. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Meadows. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield.
And he loses the football a second time. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's Cook again. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Sly able to put this one through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And out now come the Cowboys. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about
how big is home field advantage? And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense that it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home is a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. To try again after the sack. Prescott.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And that is no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down
to about the 48-yard line.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Meadows. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll put him at 190 receiving yards now. He's putting on a show. He also has a 1st down. Back to throw. Meadows goes right back to Smith again. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Meadows. He's got Smith here.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And complete right side to Cook.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Meadows. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Holding. Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Prescott from the gun. He's got a man, complete. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. For that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, Wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. And the Cowboys will advance to the next round as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody.